Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Menazuddin Rupam and welcome to my 5-minute booster Excel class. And today we are going to learn about how to create a 9-box matrix in Excel. And as many of you may know that 9-box matrix is usually uh, used for talent management and to create a performance driven working culture within the organization. So this is a pretty handy tool to identify your spoiler in the organization or negative performers, as well as employees who have very high potential and also performing very well within the organization. So how can we create this amazing matrix with the help of Microsoft Excel that we are going to learn today? So let me bring you to my additional source data where the data is not formatted and not ready for my uh, matrix file that I have created in the 9-box matrix worksheet. So first of all, you need to to convert this to a workable format or workable or convert this to a workable data source that would help you to create this matrix. So how can you do this? Let me go to the source database where I have formatted the data into a table. The range is converted to a table, and I have provided a table name as well, which is 9-box matrix table. I have put some additional column here that you can see. So how is it derived? So as you can see, there are two columns here. One is for performance and one is for potential. So that is what we require in the 9-box matrix. One is performance and one is potential. So according to this, the whole matrix is been created. So again, I go back to my source database. We have the employee code, name, designation, department, supervisor name, the region of the employee, and also these two parameters that would help us to create this performance management or talent management matrix. So here I have used the VLOOKUP formula that actually taken this score or look up this score from this table, which is representing the performance level and the potential level of a particular employee. And after filling this up with the VLOOKUP formula, I have actually created the title that we require for the 9-box rating or the 9-box matrix that you can see: star, emerging star, learner. These are the names we have in the 9-box matrix, right? So that again, I derive using the VLOOKUP formula. I actually look up these two values, and according to this, I have pulled the data from here. I'm in the rating of my 9-box matrix. So after this, what I did is I converted this to a table that you can do by clicking on any of the cell of your range and go to insert, and you can select table from here and press OK, and it will create a table. And if you want to give a name, you can just go to the table design that would be created with the table when you create this. So after this, you have to name this, and after that you go to the insert, and after clicking within any of the cell within the table, you have to press on pivot table, and this will bring another dialog box where the table will be selected, and if you press OK, it will create a pivot table canvas, or where you can actually play with the pivot table tools in a separate worksheet. So I will not going to press on new worksheet because I already created a pivot table where I have put the 9-box ratings in the column label and the employee name in the role label, as you can see, and the name the names are put in the values area to count the names within each rating. So if I scroll downwards, and you can see that under each rating you can now see how many employees are there. So we had a total 38 employees. So if you sum this up, it will bring 38 as well. So for my matrix, what I did, I additionally created linked data table where the 9-box ratings are represented and also the corresponding numbers. If you can see in the formula, there is a get pivot data formula, and it is also representing the title I have here, right? So if I match the numbers, for a star, it is 6. For emerging star, let me just spread it. Emerging star performance, the number is 4. Let me match these two numbers. For a star, the number is 6. And for the emerging star performance, the number is 4. That means it is absolutely correct. So I have created this separately. Then let me take you to the matrix. So here I have just using some of the cell formats to create my 9-box matrix. So what you can do is you just create some formatting here. The colors and combinations are standard format that we use in a 9-box matrix, and the blue colors means we have the potentials and performers here, and also the gray color means that we have the contributors and peoples who can be developed, and the red color code means that these people are to be looked closely, and their performance needs severe support to improve on, or we need to take any further action on them. So if I just go through one of the cells, you can see that it is linked to the pivot table data worksheet we have, and it is referring to T46 cell number, and also the number is referring to T47, right? So what you can do is you can just look into the pivot table datasheet whether it is correct or not. For a star, I have shown that it is in T46, the number, the name, it is correct, and the number is in T47, it is also correct. That means I have referred to the perfect cell in the pivot table data worksheet. So the data is correct now, and I have put some titles here as well that will reflect you that what does this star means, what this emerging star means, and what this learner means. And I put another tip here. If you can see that, what further actions can be taken for these stars, what further actions can be taken for these emerging stars, that you can easily do by just creating a icon here that I have used as Webdings font. And after putting this, you have to select the cell and go to the data and go to data validation. So I'm not going to put any further additional settings. for my data validation. Rather, I have input a message here that what is the further action the company can take in terms of this particular segment of people or employee. So like this, you can put some tip here. And I have also created this more details area where you can actually refer to this area and this pivot table where you can actually see that who are the employees uh, and under which category they fall. So if I click on this, it may not work because the reference is not valid. You have to hyperlink this. So to create the hyperlink, you have to right click on the cells. You have to right click on the cell and go to edit hyperlink, or let me just remove this hyperlink, and I will just format it again here and just right click and go to link here, or in your version of Excel it may be named as hyperlink. So what I will do is I will simply link it to pivot data here and press OK. You can see it's linked here. So I will just change the format here and Control C, copy and paste it to the relevant color areas. Control V, paste, and I will do the same for these as well. Control V, paste, but I need to change the color. So there is the color code here, and I simply brush this on it. And the one last thing I need to do is here, but I don't have any separate color formatting here, so I will just simply select this, and if you can just click on this, it will bring it to your total employee list where you can see the employee name, and you can just take more detailed actions on them. And the last thing we need to do is we have to create this slicer which will help us to navigate through this 9-box matrix. So that we can create by going to pivot table data worksheet here and go to pivot table analyze and insert slicer. So you just need to select which are the slicers required for your matrix, and this will bring up let me show you the department one. So it will bring up the slicer for you. So since I have created this prior to the example, so I just removed it. So what is the benefit of the slicer? So if you want to see some regional data for a particular region, like for Dhaka, you want to see, for Sylhet, you want to see, the employee names will, employee numbers will be clearly highlighted, right? Great. So why it is so dynamic? Now let me show you the last piece of work, that is the masterpiece. So I will do add my additional source data to my source database, okay? So remember, we had 38 numbers of employees, and these are the numbers in every criteria. Just have a close look at this. So what I will do is I will just simply copy this data. I go to my source database. I will actually go to the bottom of my table and simply Control B, paste. As you can see, all the formulas are there and the data has been taken. Now the last thing we need to do is I will go to pivot data worksheet and go to pivot table analyze and just press on refresh, and let us look to our 9-box matrix. It is automatically updated, and we had additional region name, that is Khulna. So I can see the Khulna data here. We had 3 employees there. So you can just see the employee name. Okay. So you can just scroll to according to the supervisor name, you can see as well. Okay, great. So in some organizations, they wanted to see this information instead of actual number, they want to see in percentages. So how can you do this? You just simply go to your pivot table data and to go to pivot table analyze contextual tab. Prior to this, you have to select one of the values in your pivot table and go to field settings here and go to show value as and select percentage of grand total and press OK. The number is formatted in percentage, and the sections are showing in percentage. So if I go to the 9-box matrix, you can see the formatting is changed. What you need to do is just pressing the control key, select your data or values. I have selected the 9 values here, and from the number just press on percentage and it will be converted to percentage. So this is only one example, and I will be covering a lot more examples like this in my HR analytics and dashboard with MS Excel training that is coming up this week on 11th, and we will have 2 hours classes every day from 11th to 13th. So that means the full training is for 6 hours. We have some amazing guest speakers who will give you more detail on the CEO, CHRO understandings of the HR analytics and what they want to see in a HR dashboard. And we have an amazing trainer or guest speaker who will be joining us for data storytelling. So guys, I would request you to please sign up for this amazing training, and I hope you will learn amazing things there that will help you in the career within the organization, and it will also uh, help you to create amazing HR culture in the organization. So these are the registration, this is the registration link, and if you want to see the full syllabus, just follow this link, and this will take you to the full syllabus where you can see what amazing things we will be covering in this amazing training. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in my next video in 5MB Excel. And before ending this, please, if you like this, press on the like press on like in my YouTube channel. And if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe and press on the bell icon so that whenever I upload any new video, you get notified. Thank you so much.